What's up, everybody? This is Miles with Tier 1 Concealed, and today we're going to test out some ballistics gel. So, as you guys probably know if you watch the channel, we acquired a high-speed camera, so we're looking for more ideas to do with high speed. One of those that's very easy to do and a common request is things with ballistic gel, but ballistic gel is very expensive. So we found a website that sells a powdered mix for you to make your own, and it's way cheaper. We'll link it below. They have all the instructions, all that kind of stuff. But we want to, before we commit to using that gel, make sure that it's actually a viable solution. And so we have 3 samples here. This is the one that you buy as a block. It's like $140 or something like that. I don't remember the actual price, but this is expensive. This is the one we made that's supposed to be within 5% consistency, thickness, whatever the f you want to say. It's supposed to be accurate to these, and these use like the FBI rating, standard ratings for those. And then this is just regular Jello that you buy at the store, and obviously we all know this isn't going to work, but this is more to prove that you can't just use regular Jello, because this is not good. We did buy this mold, so all the blocks are as consistent as we could get them, and we're just gonna try them out. So first, before we get to the shooting part of this, we'll cut away to the making the gel part of this right now.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Aaron with Tier 1 Concealed, and this is Sawyer. Today we have a pretty interesting video. Not something we typically do, but we thought we would show you this process. Turns out you can make ballistic gel on your own. So that's what we're gonna do today. Figured it might be fun and interesting to try to go through this process and make some ballistic gel. It's not that difficult. You just need some of this gelatin. We'll give you the exact quantities and all the steps you need to make it according to the FBI ballistic gel standards, I guess. You will need 67.5 ounces of unflavored gelatin mix, and you will also need 9 liters of water. And make sure you have a container that will hold at least 9 liters of water with your 67.5 ounces of gelatin mix. We are using a kind of rectangle container that is about 9 inches by 17 by 6.
All right, so now that we've made the gel in the video, thank you, editing, there's some obvious differences here. The one you buy that's expensive is crystal clear. You can see everything going on in this. The one you make that's supposed to be comparable is nowhere near as clear. The regular Jello is a little more clear, but then we get to the density differences. These two feel, I should have unwrapped this from plastic before, but these two feel pretty much the same consistency. This Jello over here is clearly not the same consistency. And when you slap them, you can pretty clearly see that they're very different. They're not the same at all. All right, so for our testing, we're gonna more or less stick to the FBI standards of ballistic gel, and I have those right here. So you're supposed to use a .177 steel BB fired at 590 feet per second from 10 feet. The wound channel is supposed to measure 8.5 centimeters deep, plus or minus 1 centimeter. So roughly 3.34 inches. So that is what we're gonna try to get. We don't have a chronograph, so we're just gonna use this trusty 66 Power Master and run the same number of pumps, shoot each block of gel, and we'll do multiple. So we'll do like 1 pump, shoot both of them, 3 pumps, shoot both of them, whatever, so that we have an actual good control across several different speeds, I guess, feet per second out of this. And you know, if it goes deeper in one than the other, then obviously that block is more dense. So we're looking for, across the multiple tests, for it to be pretty consistent depth-wise when we shoot that. And that's how we're gonna try to be as accurate as possible without the chronograph. But yeah, and then after that, we'll maybe bump it up to 9 mil, just for fun. The actual testing part of this is all done with the BB gun. So, all right, we're getting all the gel ready. This one is, might not even make it to testing because it's so jiggly. Oh!
Oh, there's a little chunk right there.
You probably see why.
Oh no!
Wouldn't. Oh shit.
There's new fractures happening all through this, and it just keeps unfolding in layers like an onion.
Like an onion. Shrek 2.
Kind of
Good
like
movie.
Sawyer's
Was it
personality.
Shrek 1? No, Shrek 1 was the onion. Yeah.
One of them.
Babe
Shrek movies. All right, first one. Going one pump, shooting the clear. It might bounce right back at me. Who knows? We'll see. It hit me right here.
I just f***ing shot myself.
Okay, now what do we call this?
Homemade.
The homemade with one pump. Here we go. Hit me in the same spot.
You know, it's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
We're back. I had to put on a jacket, it's cold. We're gonna skip the Jello for the one pump, because for obvious reasons, it's not gonna cut it. Now we're gonna go all the way to 10 pumps to see the penetration. 1, 2. Oh, 8 inches.
Yeah.
All right, 10 pumps on the homemade block. Here we go. See how she did.
We'll just go straight to some, these are Federal HST 124 grain hollow points. Oh, yes.
That's really cool.
Wow, look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that,
That is
penetration.
a perfect.
Cutscene.
You can see how it spun,
That is rad.
Yeah, it's like
and it expanded perfectly.
wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Was this bubble down here before?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
What do you guys think that was? So these are 16 inches long, right?
It's got to be a little over a foot.
Wow, exactly a foot. Well, 12 and a half inches.
It looks really weird.
Exactly.
It's like,
Because it looks like it penetrated a little bit more, and then the actual round projectile got sucked back.
you missed though. I wanted you to push the BB out with the 9mm. That would have been cool.
Now we'll go for this thing and see what the penetration on that looks like. Okay, now we're going for the homemade ballistic gel. Same thing, 124 grain, Federal HST 9mm, Glock 17, same distance. Okay. That is a much different looking wound channel, and it definitely didn't go as far, but
So this is.
Denser.
I wonder if the age of the gel also plays a factor in how hard it is.
yeah, we made this a couple weeks ago. It's just been sitting.
Yeah, because
In the
it's
fridge.
significant. Like based on the BB test and this test, this one's significantly denser than this one.
Yeah, but this is still kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know, it was like 3 inches different. That's it.
But you can still see like the projectiles look pretty much the same.
The projectile's tipping forward on this one.
Yeah, so under 9.5 inches. The other one was about 12.5, so about 3 inches of penetration difference.
No, don't do it.
Sawyer has some Hornady critical defense. Yeah, 9mm. So he's gonna shoot these both and just see how they compare. Are they 124s? Yeah. See how they compare to the HST. Because these expanded real nicely. Like, it looks great in there. So we'll cut them out later. But let us know in the comment section what ammo you want us to test, because we'll do this again if you guys think this is cool. We can test a bunch of different hollow points, rounds, calibers even, whatever. So drop that below in the comment section.
I mean, you want to say something?
So this is the Hornady Critical Defense 124.
So okay, I will say this: the FBI like standards, they test different rounds with their like ballistic gel. Their standard is a minimum of 12 inches, I think, is what they say.
Oh, so it didn't penetrate enough.
But and this is interesting. He's shooting a Glock 45, so barrel is slightly shorter, so you will have a little bit less velocity.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, we'll have to check the slow-mo, but based on the permanent wound cavity after the hydrostatic shock like collapses on itself, it looks like the HST did more damage than the critical defense.
Hey, since this is harder, do you want to shoot this and see the bullet deformation difference in that block and then this block?
Yeah, we can.
So we flipped the homemade block around just because the wound cavity that made in the homemade block seemed to be bigger based on the consistency, the density of the block. So we're going to shoot it from the other side just for reasons.
Okay, what do you think that one's at?
9.
8.5, 9, 8 3/4.
Yeah.
So,
And what was it on this one? 10?
and on this one it was, yeah, about 10.5, 10 3/4, yeah.
Very consistent.
Yeah,
the difference.
The HSTs definitely like kind of maintain the little flower when it opens up, but the critical defense just kind of looks like it mushed.
So shooting this clear gel's like shooting your average human, most likely, like consistency wise. But shooting this dark gel would be like shooting a human more like Randy. Just some dense muscle, a lot of
some big rock
Just
head.
some dense
just real
retard.
dense tissue.
Okay, so we're gonna hit it with the 6.5 Creedmor. There's a 130 grain Burger OTM tactical.
Dude, it's a burger. It's a treasure.
All right. Did you see the flash?
Dude, I did.
Because it was facing.
Is that from hitting the other bullet that it sparked inside of there?
No,
No.
So if you
Then
look
why
at
is it all
other,
black?
if you look at other
Wait,
whoa, high velocity rounds,
The bullet was. Are you filming? The bullet was fully out of the gel before it sparked.
if you look at that, it's like it's a super high pressure collapse. So I think it collapses in on the air that was in there so hard that it causes some kind of combustion.
Did you almost create a pipe bomb?
no, dude, that's a supernova. That's how stars die.
Dude,
That's science. Bill Nye.
That just makes no f***ing sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
we should line them both up and hit it again with the 6.5 and see if it catches it. When to shoot that one,
Oh, it catches. Yeah,
see
yeah.
if it stops it.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that's a great
Let's
idea.
do that.
Okay, so we put the other block behind it. We're shooting the homemade block first now with the 6.5, but we put the other block behind it to see if it'll catch the remains of the projectile.
Yeah, she busted, dude.
There's totally an exit wound. Or is that the first one?
That's
Well, that's
No, wait.
from the
There it
9
is.
mil.
It's right there. I mean, but that says, because it stopped the 6.5, so that means this one's a lot denser than the old store-bought one.
If you didn't already know, now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
If I graze a table, don't be mad, because this is a 735. It doesn't have a 4-yard parallax adjustment, so I just see a yellow blur in the bottom half of my scope. Okay, ready, Miles? Everyone else ready?
Yep. Oh, Jesus.
I got hit straight in the forehead.
Look
with
at
one.
it.
Hey, look, watch out, watch out, watch
And
out.
like, there's a piece
Tip it over. This is biodegradable, people. It's okay. That sounded awesome.
I'm surprised the normal gel didn't do that too. Whoa.
Look at that dent.
Look at those.
What in the hell is happening here?
Oh my gosh. I don't.
This hole looks too clean to
So
be like.
I didn't graze it. It was just.
There's no
like,
way.
The pressure.
The hydro. You hit it. Did it? You hit the jello. We shot it, and then like a good 15 seconds after, it was just like. It started raining. I bet you there's some.
Is it a cool video? Lemony over here.
Yeah.
Am I outro guy today?
It's not an outro. It's just a mid-tro.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take these blocks back to the shop. We're gonna dig the projectiles out, take a look at those, see if we can get a better look at some of the wound channels and things like that. Hey guys, welcome back. We are in the office. We brought the ballistic gel blocks back. We couldn't wait. We really wanted to see what the hollow points look like, pulling them out. And you can definitely tell by looking at these hollow points, the inconsistencies we had between these two gels, our homemade stuff and then the actual legitimate ballistics gel. So if you made your homemade stuff like we did, it's not going to be consistent and exact to the FBI specifications for what a ballistics gel should be for testing, but we are not scientists, so that's okay. If you want to make your own ballistics gel at home, you still can. Maybe you can do it better than we did and get it more consistent or better results. Ours turned out to be a little bit more dense, a little bit harder than this stuff, but it was still a good time shooting it. You still got to see the expansion of your rounds and the wound channels that they create, and it was still super interesting. But if you got a lab coat on at home and you need some real data, you're probably going to be better off going with something like this and buying the legit gel. But let's take a look at some of these rounds. We don't have all of them. We did lose one of the 6.5 Creedmor projectiles.
Yeah, we shot the 6.5 through this, and because it's less dense than the homemade stuff, it went through.
Yeah, went straight through. But I don't know if we'll be able to get like any close-ups. We'll tear this one open here in a minute, but the wound channel of that 6.5 is crazy, and the slow-mo footage of it is wild.
Our homemade gel did stop the 6.5, so this was the 130 Burger OTM Tactical, and you can definitely tell that it's more dense than the other one because it's like mangled compared to like the other 9mm projectiles we fired into the homemade stuff. It beat them up a lot more than the actual gel did.
Yeah, just comparing like the two HSTs, for example, just looking at them, the one that went through the homemade gel, you can just tell it looked like it went through a harder, more dense material.
But even you still get to see like not ultra accurate terminal effects of your bullet, but I mean, they're still pretty close. So if that's just what you're after and you want to do like the homemade gel to see how your projectiles are expanding, you still get a very good idea of what they're doing when they enter soft tissue.
Yep, so it might not be a bad idea, especially for the price. Can't remember what this...
I think this was like around 130, 140.
Okay.
And then Mark, did that include the tin?
Yeah. So
it came with like a big like pan that you can melt it back down to get this exact shape. And then this one was probably what, like $30 a material?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
$30 to $40 for this. And we did, when we made this one, we put it in like a Tupperware, and then when we got the tin for this, we melted the original one down to make them the exact size. So it does melt down pretty easily. You just put it in the oven at a lower temperature and it works pretty well.
Yeah.
That also might have contributed to it being more dense. Like it might, however many times you melt it down and reuse it, it might make it denser every time because some of that moisture will evaporate off. So that might be why ours is more dense. We'll try that again. We'll make it in the better container next time, and that might make it accurate. So
yeah, a lot of variables, and if you're into that sort of thing, you know, you can do your own experiments or do a little bit more research to try to find something more accurate or more reliable. But in any case, it was a good time. We enjoyed ourselves shooting these things. I had never messed with ballistics gel, so I thought this was super interesting. There's lots of videos out there and lots of data, so it's not like this is anything new or groundbreaking, but doing it yourself is pretty cool. As always, like, subscribe, tell your friends about our channel, leave us the best comments, please, and we will catch you next time.